Welcome to my channel. This is a Black Man's View. During the course of my military career, I have been blessed to hold several positions, from being a drill instructor in basic training to running a 900 user IT department, from being in charge of setting up communications in the communications office on 3 different deployments, from being in charge of the urinalysis, people that gotta get pissed randomly, to I can go on and on about the job that I've had in the military. And all of those have one thing in common. I was in charge. I was in charge. People listened to what I had to say and they did what I told them to do. Now, up until that time, I rose through the ranks like every other young soldier. Sometimes I took my job seriously, sometimes I didn't. I had a lot of fun. I played around a lot. I made a lot of good friends, brothers, that some of them I'm still in contact with today, and some I wish I would have stayed in contact with, but I think about a lot. And I have been out the military for about 2.5 years now. I retired and about 2.5 years. And in the 2.5 years I've been out, I have had four different management jobs. I've been operations manager twice and operations supervisor twice. And none of those jobs lasted longer than 8 months. And those jobs, 3 of them I quit. One I got fired from. Well, one I fired myself, basically, by doing stupid shit. I fired myself. People never, unless you have a toxic leader, you never get fired. You always fired yourself. You always do something where they just feel like that, sorry, Duke, we can't fuck with you no more. And that was one of the positions I had. I just did that, and I fired myself. I can't blame nobody but myself. The other 3 positions that I quit, I was probably on the verge of getting fired for those 3 positions, because me and my immediate super managers didn't see eye to eye on a bunch of stuff, because I still had that military mindset. And it was very stressful, and it was very degrading to me as an ex-soldier and as a man. And it had me questioning if I was okay, if my time in the military had made me, if I'd been institutionalized, if the military was all that I've known and all that I can think about. And it had me questioning myself. I had to go lay on the couch a couple times at the VA and tell them I don't know what the hell, because it was bothering me, it was stressing me out. So I had to go get some help, because I wasn't feeling healthy. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling healthy. And since then, I've had a couple of temp jobs, but I can't just sit at home. I can't just sit at home. And now with the economy the way it is, inflation the way it is, I can't afford to sit home. You know what I mean? So I've had a couple jobs, temp jobs, where I'm not in charge of shit. Where nobody asked me to do nothing. I come in, I do my job, and I go home. And that is more relaxing to me. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people told me when I got out the Army, don't try to get no positions where you in charge. You have to adjust to being out. You have to adjust to, because it's a different scene out here right now. It's a different scene. You have been trained to do certain things a certain way for so long that it's ingrained as who you are now. And I didn't listen. I just figure I can't take no regular job where I'm just being told, because I don't like being told what to do. I didn't like being told what to do when I was in the military. But they were right. I should have given myself time to decompress before I jumped into management roles when I got out. Now, some people can just transition seamlessly. They can go from the military to being in charge of the military to being in charge out here. I'm not one of those. I wasn't one of those. And the job that I have now is cool. I come to work, sit behind my desk, do what I need to do. I do a little bit extra than what I'm supposed to do, because that's just who I am. But then I go home. I don't have to answer to nobody. And, well, I do have to answer to somebody, but People don't have to answer to me, is what I'm trying to say. You understand what I'm saying? People don't have to answer to me. And it's cool. Now, I might eventually go back into management. I might eventually go back into management because I did a lot in my life to I should be, well, I guess I was compensated for a while I was in the military, but I'll probably go back into management sometimes in my life, but for now I'm okay. And I'm saying that to say this. Seeing how people are nowadays, how they approach work, is irritating to me. Irritating. People don't want to come to work now. They want to get paid for doing basically nothing. They get mad whenever you try to correct them. A couple of my past management jobs since I've been out, I got called in the HR a couple times because the people said I didn't know how to talk to them. Now in the military, I could be very direct. I could be, especially in basic training, I could be very direct. I didn't have to sugarcoat what I wanted you to do. I didn't have to placate to your who you were, who you identified as. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't have to do none of that. I told you what to do, and you did it. And that's what I got used to. And out here, I had to learn that out here there's no morals, there's no standards at all. There's no standards, there's no morals. I have been I have sit in on interviews with people coming to interview for a position that I was offered when I was a manager. People coming to the interview in shorts and flip flops, tattoos out on their face, shit like that, and then they have the nerve to question about why they didn't get considered for the position, and it's different out here. And where I'm at now, we have individuals that come to work when they want to, that do what they want to, sit behind their desks, to just lollygag and bullshit, even watch movies while they're at work, and there's nothing that the manager can do. I mean, the manager can send them home, but then the union is sending them right back. I have been in a position where I caught a dude out in the parking lot of the place that I worked at the time, smoking weed, sitting on his car smoking weed. I told his ass, hey, you need to clock out and go home. I can't have you go back in here and run this forklift like that. And of course, me and him got into an argument, but he went home. He went home because I can be forceful when I need to be. He went home, but he went to his union, and the union brought him back because they said he was on his personal property smoking weed and he can do what the hell he wants to do on his personal property. So they brought him back. And ever since then, me and this dude, we looked at each other sideways because I knew who he was. He was a piece of shit. I knew who he was. But then he looked at me like, "Man, you can't tell me nothing. I just go to my union and override everything you say. So what can you tell me?" And that just diminished my whole role of being a manager. And that's some shit that bothered me. And then working here, I see these people do what they doing, and it's hard for me to bite my tongue and be like, "Hey, look here, bruh. Look here, shorty. You need to go back and do that the right way. This ain't how you supposed to do it." But I have to stop myself short because that's not my role no more. I gotta play my role, and my role is not being in charge. It's a subordinate. That's my role now, and it's hard for me to stomach sometimes because I'm used to you do this and you do it the right way. I'll show you how to do it. If you need retraining, I'll retrain you on how to do it. But eventually, if you can't do it how it's supposed to be done, deuces. We don't need you. We don't need you. But it don't work like that out here. And in a way, I'm glad I'm not in charge of anything anymore. But in a way, there's certain things that I think can be ran different that will improve the company and the situation of the company that I could implement if I was in charge, but then I don't know how that would work because it's that military mindset again. So I guess in a way I have been institutionalized. You know what I'm talking about? I guess I have been institutionalized to do things a certain way, have people respond to me a certain way, and it's not like that out here. And I was thinking about that today while I was here at work, just because Labor Day weekend, and we had 4 people call out or not show up. I don't know because I'm not in charge of that no more. I don't know whether they just didn't show up or whether they called out. I don't know. And because of that, it's leaving extra work on me and the other two people that is here. Because if they not here, we have to make up for the work they could have did if they was here. And it's just you had a long weekend, you just extended it, and it's people out here just don't care. The only thing that matters to certain people out here is themselves, and that's disheartening to me. But I'm learning. I mean, like I said, I had to go sit on the couch because it was fucking with my mental. But I got the help that I needed, and if I need to feel like I need to go back, then I'll go back. I mean, cause you know, I can't let my mental override me as a person. I have to learn to adjust because I have a wife and I have kids that I have to be there for, mentally, physically. I have to be there for them. So if I need help, I'm gonna get it. You understand what I'm saying? There ain't no shame in that. It's just crazy to me how different, how unorganized it is out here compared to my past military life. But anyway, that was on my mind this morning. Thank you for tuning in, and continue to support my page. Until next time, deuces.